send it with the new skinnies. Now I'm planning on doing one run with just the back tires. I just want to see what time it's putting down, and then we'll bolt the skinnies on and see if we can drop up to 2/10 and gain a couple miles per hour. At least that's the wisdom of the internet, or that's at least that's what a lot of people have said skinnies will do. And we dropped almost over 40 pounds of weight up on the front end, so maybe we'll get some better 60-foot times, better quarter-mile times. We'll see. But let's head up to Zmax.
Return lane, go to your page, we'll let you know.
Okay. Hey guys, as you just saw, we only got one run in before the rain came, and that one run was terrible. Basically, let's just go over the times. 60 foot was a 2.3, so that was terrible. The 8th mile was a 10.3 at 79, and the quarter was a 14.8 at 113. Now, I don't know. I had a couple issues going on. First was, the main issue was the fact that the clutch pedal stuck to the floor on the top of first and second gear. As you guys saw in the video, like, it revs super fast to the top of first, it revs super fast to the top of second, and then top of second, I was trying to get the pedal off the floorboard. It finally released and came back up, got into third, and then I punched it. So I have a feeling that that is actually due to contaminated clutch fluid. Basically it's just brake fluid, but the clutch pedal master cylinder and slave cylinders has fluid in it, And I have not changed that in quite a while. I don't think I've changed that at all this year. I may not have changed that since the swap. And we've gone drag racing, I think 3 times now. Yeah, this would have been the 3rd time. We went to Mooresville, we went to Zmax when we were in that 11.7, and then we went again to try to, you know, validate some of the changes that we made. And I don't think I've swapped that clutch fluid since then. And a symptom of that fluid needing to be changed is that the clutch pedal will stick to the floor, and that's exactly what happened. And if we had smell-o-vision, you know, the car smelled like clutch, basically clutch disc material after I parked it. So, you know, we got the one run in. I wanted to let the car cool down and let the clutch cool down, obviously, because we just abused the heck out of it with that clutch pedal sticking on the top of 1st and 2nd. Plus, honestly, I wasn't sure if the car was if it was gonna keep doing that, so I wanted it to cool down. I didn't have any brake fluid at the track with me, so I couldn't really swap it out there. So I kind of wanted the car to cool down, so I waited about an hour, because I think I got my first run in at about 7:25. So that was when the first run was. The second run was at about 8:30. And as you guys just saw, we were in the staging lanes. I was one group away from going. Anyway, I was lined up next in line, and because I was the first one there for the drag radial and slick guys, and we were pulling up, and they're like, go back to the pits, it's raining. So in that hour break, I'd actually swapped the skinnies onto the front of the car, you know, so I jacked the front up, changed the tires on each side. And, you know, that took a while. That took probably 15-20 minutes, and people were stopping by and talking with me. Got the wheels back on, got in line, and like I said, that's when it started raining. So paid $30. We got one run in, and yeah, that's about it. And one terrible run at that. So sorry to disappoint. You know, I really wanted to get a good baseline if any of these mods had helped with the aero, the cooling, the suspension setup, removing the front sway bar. I wanted to see if we could get, you know, anything, but I honestly kind of need to repair the car. And what I mean by that is just taking out the clutch fluid, swapping that. So we're gonna do that before the next time before we go drag racing. But here's the problem. Zmax is officially closed for the summer. You know, that last night was the last run that they're doing. So if we're gonna go try to get a quarter-mile time before the end of the year, it won't be here. It'll either be at Fayetteville, Rockingham, Darlington. I guess the next quarter closest would be Bristol, but still, those are all 3 or 4 hours away. You know, I'm not with as much power that car's making, and like I've said in the past, I think we're on borrowed time with the stock parts. I really don't want to break the car 4 hours from home. So, you know, it's just something to consider. And, you know, so the only thing I can do is either rent or borrow a trailer. That's pretty much the only thing I can do. So in the meantime, I do plan on fixing the car, at least swapping out that clutch fluid and hitting up Mooresville Dragway. That way we'll at least get some basis numbers, you know, for the 8th mile and launching in 60 foot and that stuff. And as I promised in an earlier video, I was going to get you guys some data in regards to the IATs. So on the screen right now, I'm showing the one run that I got. We had a start temperature of 150 degrees Fahrenheit, a peak of 172, and at the end of the run, it cooled down to 147. So in comparison to the previous time we went drag racing this year, you know, those times were averaging between 129 to 154. So the average of that was 144. The peak was 177, so 172. We're kind of right in the middle. And the end actually was slightly cooler. If you look at the end times from the previous run, you know, we were going from 140 to 154. So we're kind of right in the middle. And the average was 150. So, you know, factoring out that one run where I got the 11.7, you know, our temperatures are a little cooler on the end, a little cooler peak, and the start was actually hotter. So I think that just has to do with the DA and humidity. The DA this night, I'll show it on screen now, was 2,811 feet, so almost 3,000 feet. And gotta love that warm, soupy, southern DA. The temperature was in like the 80s, and it was actually pretty humid out. So that's DA. So like I said, we'll get up to Mooresville. We'll try to do that baseline of the street tire versus skinny tire up front, see if that makes any difference. And the only bad part about Mooresville is, like I've said in the past videos, their prep is either really good or really horrible. There's no real in between. So, but I don't know, the distance between here in Mooresville and here in Zmax was about the same, so I'm still gonna drive it. Maybe we'll save some time and just head up there with the slicks and the skinnies in the car and drive on the drag radials, but we'll see. So like I said, I guess practice makes perfect, and what we need to do is just get more practice. So sorry to disappoint you guys with doing all these mods and not really having anything to show for it. So, we'll try to resolve this by at least getting some 1/8 mile times. I do want to get to a 1/4 mile, like I said, but timing, and Fayetteville's only open on Sundays, and that just sucks to drive 6 hours or almost 8 hours on a Sunday and have to come back to work on Monday. That just kind of sucks. So we'll see. If not, there is a winter meet at Fayetteville. It's like a 3-day drag race thing, and I may take the SS, I may take the Corvette. We'll see which one, and maybe we can shoot for crazy times then. I don't know, but actually that kind of leads me into another. I should take the SS drag racing with the skinnies on it. That's kind of another fall goal, is to get good DA with skinnies and see if that makes any difference. We'll see, because that car has not changed at all. So, but anyway guys, I've rambled enough in this video. If you guys like the video, hit that like button. If you haven't already subscribed, please do, and also don't forget to hit that bell notification button. And if you guys want to help support the channel, drag racing is really expensive with entry fees, tires, and etc., click the links below. Thanks guys, have a good one.